Hi, I'm Jose Latour, President of American Venture Solutions. American Venture Solutions has been in the EB5 business since 2011. We've helped more than 80 families from all over the world immigrate to the United States by virtue of an EB5 investment. And during the time that we've been establishing our presence in Vietnam, we've learned that there's a lot of people that even though they can afford to do EB5 and they're considering EB5, the reality is that with the Vietnam economy very strong and in a good position, many of them are not ready to immigrate to the United States, but they're interested in investing in U.S. real estate. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about a fund that we've started at American Venture Solutions, specifically with the Vietnamese investor in mind. The fund is designed for people who are interested in getting involved with U.S. real estate, but who aren't ready to make a commitment to move their family or to own individual properties and take on all of those complications. It's kind of a nice way for you to be able to sort of put your foot in the swimming pool of the U.S. real estate market, understand how it works, and prepare yourself so that if you do someday immigrate or someday begin investing in U.S. real estate, you have a solid education and you can protect yourself and make wise investments. As you know more than I, the Vietnamese real estate market, particularly here in Ho Chi Minh, has been exploding these past few years, and the success of the Vietnamese economy is making it a very attractive place for foreign investors into Vietnam. You've seen the number of projects that are being undertaken by Singaporean companies, and you've seen the tremendous success of some of the best and most respected builders in Vietnam. Still, there's always a curiosity in investing in other markets, and the market that has been typically mostly of interest to EB5 investors, not only in Vietnam, but in other parts of the world, has been in the United States. The question is, why in the United States? I've looked at this very carefully because, as you are aware, in today's market, there's a tremendous amount of movement towards companies that are located in Vietnam that are selling individual condominiums and individual single-family homes to Vietnamese investors as investments. While some of these can be good investments, as someone that's been involved with real estate investing for many, many years, and someone who understands the issues of an investor entering the U.S. market, whether or not they're immigrating, I believe that oftentimes the push to sell U.S. real estate specifically to Vietnamese investors is not a good idea. The importance of purchasing a property in the United States is a very big decision, and it can involve a great deal of money. And as you know, there are good investments and there are bad investments. Currently, the boom of the economy in Vietnam and the general interest in having a sort of an economic foothold in the United States is driving many Vietnamese investors to purchase properties and condominiums there. Today I'm going to tell you about some alternative real estate investment opportunities that we've created, particularly with the Vietnam market in mind, that we believe to be lower risk, more consumer friendly, and a more secure way for you to consider investing in the U.S. real estate market. EB5 investment by part of Vietnamese investors looking to get a green card in the United States grew about 130% from 2017 compared to the prior year. Along with the increase of EB5 investment activity in Vietnam, more and more Vietnamese investors and private individuals and families have been looking not only at immigrating to the United States, but at the interesting possibilities that can be considered within the U.S. real estate market. According to statistics from the Real Estate Commission, some $3 billion of investment capital from Vietnam entered the U.S. real estate market, including corporate investments, private investments, single-family homes, condominiums, all types of properties. A lot of people are buying direct purchase properties, but that comes with management headaches and a number of other issues. We've created the AVS Private Capital Fund for the investor who wants to invest in U.S. real estate, but who wants to do it with a hands-off situation where they don't have to manage the property, where they get reliable returns, and where they have a partner that's looking out for them and making sure that the system is administered without their daily intervention. The fund was established at the end of December of 2017, and it closes for subscription on December 31st, 2018. It is a $100 million investment fund in which investors can place investments with it in $50,000 increments. That means that an investor can put in $50,000 or $100,000 or $1 million in multiples of $50,000. The fund starts when the investor puts their money in, and the fund closes 3 years exactly after the initiation of the fund. In other words, it'll close completely in December of 2020. This assures that investors know when they're going to be able to make the decision as to whether they want to take their money back and do something else with it, or continue investing in a future fund that AVS has established. The purpose of the fund will be to lend money to borrowers and purchasers of property who do not qualify for conventional bank financing in the United States. Bank financing has gotten very difficult, even for American investors. So we expect the majority of our borrowers to be American, but it is especially important for foreign buyers who make up the majority of many markets. Our investors' funds will be deployed into the South Florida real estate market by some of the leading experts in South Florida real estate and mortgages and financing. And the money will be paid annually during the course of the 3 years in terms of the interest rate provided to each of the investors. That money will accrue in a U.S. bank account that we help you set up if you wish to do so. The advantage of this, whether you're immigrating to the U.S. or not immigrating, it will allow you to establish a presence and credit history within the United States, which can be valuable to you in the future if you decide to do more real estate investing. Once you fund, you will get certification that you are an owner of the fund, and the distributions will be done on a real-time basis as rents are collected from our investors. From our borrowers. The fact that we only lend up to 65% on the value of the property protects our investors substantially. And the reality is that there's a huge need for this in the United States, and we believe that it is a perfect solution to provide an alternative financing structure which allows our foreign investor partners who must meet the U.S. definition of qualified investor to make money and learn how the U.S. real estate market works with minimal risk. The AVS Private Capital Fund is perfect for Vietnamese investors who are interested in the dual objectives of establishing a credit history in the United States for future use, as well as in establishing a banking relationship and receiving the profits from the participation of their fund in a U.S. bank account. If you're interested in the AVS Capital Fund, please contact our office through avscapital.com, and we'll be happy to discuss with you your eligibility for the AVS Private Capital Fund. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.